Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Sunday the 8th of January 2023 and last night I didn't get back from Barn until midnight, but there is no rest for the wicked and today I am heading to Hartlepool United versus Stoke City in the third round of the FA Cup. So here I'm in Hartlepool, going into this FA Cup tie this afternoon. Hartlepool currently find themselves in 22nd place in League 2, just one place above the relegation zone. But in recent weeks they've picked up, I think it's 7 points from 4 games, which could prove pretty crucial for them in the long run. As for Stoke, they are currently in 18th place in the Championship and evidently something really isn't right there just now. I know a lot of the supporters really aren't happy with what they're seeing just now, and they'll be coming here this afternoon hoping that history doesn't repeat itself, because of course in 2009 Stoke, who were in the Premier League at the time, came here and were beaten 2-0 in the FA Cup third round, so they'll want to avenge that today. Of course for Pools they'll be hoping that history does repeat itself, so hopefully it'll make for a good cup tie atmosphere. I always think it's better in cup ties when the underdog's at home, because the crowd are naturally more up for it and things like that. And the thing is with this ground anyway, like it's always been a fairly decent atmosphere whenever I've been, so fingers crossed that can be the same today. Let's head on down to Victoria Park and find out how it all unfolds. So here come Hartlepool out to warm up. Of course they're going to be in their blue and white home strip this afternoon. Still waiting on Stoke. Now here comes Stoke out to warm up. Looks as though they're going to be in a change strip this afternoon. Of course their usual colours would be red and white. suicidal lot. Half-time, Hartlepool United 0, Stoke City 2. There's a rainbow in the sky, but it's now highly unlikely that there's going to be a pot of gold at the end of it for Pools. They're making things a little bit too easy for Stoke, I must say. Defensively, they're absolutely all over the place. There's one or two in the stand that think that the second goal should have been ruled out for offside, but whatever your views are on it, the fact is it was made far too easy for him to just go and slot the ball into the back of the net. The first goal, obviously, it was an own goal, a little bit unlucky on that front, and Pools did have a couple of chances after that, but it has to be said, in the second half, they need to do something within the first maybe 15-20 minutes, get the crowd back on side, give Stoke a little bit to think about, because the way this is going so far, it's going to be a very routine afternoon for Stoke indeed.
Too easy.
No, that is game over. Of added time at the end of this game. Full-time, Hartlepool United 0, Stoke City 3. A very comfortable afternoon there for Stoke, who didn't really need to get out of second gear. They came up against a Pool side whose confidence just continued to decline as the game went on, and it was all done and dusted early on in the second half when Stoke got the third. It was the second own goal of the game, which is that's just a case of bad luck more than anything like that. But I think if that hadn't have happened, I still think Stoke would have gone on and won fairly routinely anyway. In the end, it was just a case of how many were they actually going to get, and in the end it was 3, but they never stopped trying to get more or anything like that. I mean, quite often with cup ties like this that are done and dusted either at half time or in the early stages of the second half, you often find that teams will just basically just knock it about and make it like a training session, and but Stoke, yeah, they never stopped trying or anything, so you got to respect them for that. Is that what they need? Because I know they've really not been in good form in the league just now. Is Alex Neil under any pressure? I'm not too sure, because he only came in this season. They're an interesting one, but we'll wait and see for them. As for Pools, I think they will stay up. I think there was patches in the first half where they looked like a team that I was sitting there thinking, nah, this lot are going to go down. But yeah, you could tell that once Stoke began to properly find their feet, Pools' confidence just died completely, really, didn't it? And I think that was maybe reflected in the stands in the second half, because there was absolutely no atmosphere in that second half whatsoever, was there? But it is what it is, and that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Tuesday night with Manchester United versus Charlton Athletic in the quarter-final of the League Cup. Another game where one of the sides is overwhelming favourites, but can the underdog put in a respectable shift? We'll find out. But until then, take care, and I will see you later.